Hey everyone, it's Chris here, Sweet Jeep. Just wanted to show you what I'm up to now. You don't see much of me now that I'm not on Instagram much, but I'm still working, be the lion, move in silence. So that's what I'm up against. I'm gonna show you how to go from that to that. So it's definitely worth driving a distance for Jeeps because you'll see this isn't bad at all. First part of floor pan rust is figuring out what you got to work with, and a good way to do that is you go through and you hit all the rust with vinegar, and you go through with a chisel. I just go through with this afterwards, let it soak, hit it with some vinegar, let it soak. Don't be afraid to use vinegar. It's cheap and it neutralizes the rust. This has just been sitting a day. I'm working on scraping all this heat shield out. They glue it right to the floors. And I also found that once the vinegar sits with a little bit, just this here, you go through and then you take your wire brush on your drill and then you go through, wire brush that with one cut brush. You use a different one for over here because you don't want to contaminate all this with the glue and be spreading that around. Next you know, you go to paint and it's all messed up. So I'll show you the steps one by one, how to take care of and prep this right to get this look over here again, because this floor pan was rusty too. So I get rid of that. I got this seat bolt here, notorious down there, so take care of that too. Then the plugs, take all your plugs out. You can use those. These ones go down through the frame rails, but you can you can put oil in there or something or whatever you want. So if you drive up in the North Country, there's one there, there's one back there for your unibody. Hit that shit with oil. This here gets all cleaned up. You gotta get all the plug out. Sorry, I'm not focusing on that thing. I'm watching my hands, not the camera. But anyways, you're gonna have to clean all this up, and you'll see what I mean with the chisel. So you just take the chisel and you want to make it to where the flat side's down. Focus. Flat side's down, so it angle is towards you, and you just keep working it. So I'm gonna get this off, and I'll show you what I use for a wire wheel. Alright, so there's two bad spots in this floor, and they're not that big. I'm gonna show you a cheap way to fix that. This rust fix is not like a permanent fix or anything like that. It's just temporary. The thing with floor pans is you don't want to cut them out and replace them, because everywhere you weld, that seam will rust and it will rot out, especially up here in northern New York. They use salt, and that's the biggest thing about these Jeeps. So I'm gonna show you the two spots, and then I'm gonna show you how to fix it when I get to that point. But those will be the two first spots I address once I get this all prepped to start fixing. So that's off. It's not too bad, but you can see right here, there's a spot here. It's not that big. There's a spot here, but when I go through here with the wire wheel, it might flake off and you'll see like little pinholes and stuff. Possibility this might not do it, but my last one did. That's why I use a drill with the cut brush, not a side grinder with a cut brush, because a Side grinder is just too aggressive. So I'm gonna get all this off, and I'm gonna show you what I use to do that. Alright, so the cut brush setup I use is on a D-Wall Impact. It's got a 1/4 inch drive on it. I like these because they do have torque, so they kind of help eat it when you need it. But other than that, it works pretty good. You can go forward, reverse. You can't do that on a side grinder, so you can get more aggressive. You can do one way fine and one way more aggressive when you need it. And like I said, have one for the glue and then a separate one for the rust, because you're going to be using vinegar. And there was something I wanted to tell you, but I can't remember. But we'll get there. Who knows? Alright, so I remembered what it was. So the reason you start with the glue first is because at the beginning, you make your biggest mess, because as you clean repeatedly, it'll just keep getting worked and worked more, so you won't have to struggle trying to clean it all at once. It'll just keep coming. Another tip is when you do this, don't go all over. When you're doing it, don't be like going like a madman. Hold it comfortably where you can get it with two hands. So I can hold it with one to run it, and then I can hold one on the top of the drill to steady it. And I just keep going in a line, because if you keep it in a line, then it'll become like a booger, like a line of a booger, and you can peel it right off. So it's a lot easier. It keeps all your mess in one spot as you go, and then it's not flinging all over. So like, because I gotta clean all this stuff up still. So I'm gonna start with this and then do all that. And you wait till you see what that looks like after. That'll surprise you. So I'm gonna finish. So basically what I was saying, you just go like this and you go down the line. And it'll peel it, keep peeling it right back. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do it and then show you what it looks like. This is what I was talking about when I say get two brushes. So you got one for the glue, because otherwise if you used it for the rust, you'd be spreading all that glue around everything, and then you gotta really clean it hard. So I'm gonna take a break from the glue because it is hard on a drill, and I'm gonna hit this all with some vinegar, and I'm gonna use this new brush and go around. Wait till you see how that is. So another thing I noticed already is you'll see there's little pinholes here. You can see the grass through it. Driver's sides are normally always worse because you're in and out, and this holds all the water and carpets. Like this whole carpet was soaking wet when I took it out. So this is why I'm doing that, is to get this taken care of now, just to kind of stop it from going much further. So with the vinegar, just the cheap stuff, you know, doesn't have to be anything special, but I tape this on so the cap can't come off, because the way I use it, if the cap comes off, it's gonna make a mess. I just do a small hole in the top and you just tip it upside down and put it on all the rest. So we're gonna get this soaked and I'll show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like after. But the good thing is about the hole is you can get it in all the little holes and crevices, and you're not wasting a whole bunch of it. But another reason I'm doing this now and taking a break is because this will go onto there, and it seems to help loosen that up and help get it off. So I got a little bit of it done, and when you go to do this, just rinse it down with more vinegar. You'll see. You see where it's shiny. You'll see where you might need to chisel more. Like for bigger stuff like those chips, it doesn't hurt just to come through the chisel. Something like that. But vinegar helps neutralize the rust, so see how it's not rust color no more? Where you see like that kind of stuff, you got to get that out. Otherwise that's going to bleed through your primer and your paint if you don't clean it real good. Once we're done with the vinegar, we're going to wash it out with dish soap, because it fights oils and all that other stuff. We'll get all the contamination out of here. We're going to do that like 3 times. This is the best primer. I like gray, because interior is gray. This is what I used on the red Jeep when I did the floors in that Jeep. So when I say this isn't too bad, it's not too bad. There's only a couple spots. One here and one up here. It might be, well, there's a little one there. Let's see, I gotta get all that dry. Yeah. So these are gonna keep seeping water a little bit. So, oh look, and there's some more through right there. Yeah, water will keep coming out here a little bit. It'll be alright. Not too bad. See, that's cleaned up. Because you want to clean that up so when you put plugs back in, it plugs up good. but is that through? That's not through or anything. So I don't know what that is. What maybe? So we're gonna get this all primed and go to town. So I had to leave, but now I'm back. You can see the little holes there. Now it looks a little discolored. That's because I let it sit for a little while, but it is all clean. It's all washed down with soap and water and everything. This is just a seal. That's just rubber. Once you get the color into it, you can't really get it out. But we'll see. We're gonna hit it with some lacquer thinner and rags, paper towels. We're gonna get it all cleaned up with everything, and then we're gonna throw some primer on it. These are the actual color of the welds. Pretty cool. Never seen one up there before, but pretty. So I kind of left you hanging on that one. It's a few days later now. I got the floor all painted gray, and it's just an oil-based enamel. So I did that as a base to seal it up real good, but I just picked up some of this. So in the next video, I'm gonna let you go, Banana's gone. So we're gonna use this in the next video. See you later.